back. It's your boy, Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the great DraftStream and CineDraft Games, where daily fantasy sports meets the movies. The parade of Rancy Slackers continues. Welcome to our guest tonight, Pusher Man for them good scripts, the finest pharmacy in the 5 boroughs. It is Hasib Hossain.
Yo, Eduardo, what's going on? Glad to be here.
Yes. Welcome, our podcast virgin. Tonight's Andy Cohen inspired Watch What Happens lifestyle drinking game tonight shall be the word bad. Every time you hear one of us say this word, take a sip. What you sipping? Because we will end up covering some of our favorite movie bad guys we love to hate. All right, so on to our first segment. And welcome, Hasib, to the show without segues. I just give a good air horn every now and then, just keep us on our toes.
Okay.
Now, first thing is, actually, maybe not skip this part. Very important in these days and trying times. The world is still a viral dumpster fire. You, of all people, probably see it more than not. People trying to cure what ails them every day. We as a nation are still maskless, lawless, senseless. States are shutting down again, and for good reason. Although I did find out today, my beloved Washington State is only the fifth lowest in deaths. So keep doing your thing, Inslee. Anyways, I'm desperate for some good news, Hasib. Tell me something good.
You want something good in terms of the virus, or you want just
whatever? As my old drama teacher in freshman year used to say, whatever fills your vessel. Just tell me something good.
I'm just glad the NBA is coming back.
Well, actually, that is kind of good. And it's been kind of spicy already. What's up with your man's Harden? What's up with your man?
My beard brother. Look, I don't blame him one bit. Houston does seem like a dumpster fire. I'm offended by the fact that he called it the Knicks of the South, but
you read my mind. I want to get you there.
Yeah. That was unnecessary. I mean, look, we're just innocent bystanders. I feel like I'm collateral damage, to be honest. Like
that was a drive-by. That was an unnecessary drive-by.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact. So the dude who's the GM down there is actually from my neck of the woods. Rafael Stone is the older brother of Landon Stone. He was a senior when I was a freshman. I played ball with his brother Landon, 7th, 8th grade. More like I was on the team. Landon was the team in 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
That dude was anointed early, and boy, and when he's a freshman on the varsity, boy, did he know it, right? But his and so he played with his brother for 1 year, and then I finally got to play with Landon again by the time senior year, and I finally made varsity, my little short ass. Rafael is actually the GM of the Rockets, so it's just wild when all of a sudden when all this stuff went down and Morey pushed, or got pushed out, or actually bought his way out or whatever it was. It was wild when Rafael Stone, is that the same Rafael Stone? And I had Google his ass, and yep, that's Rafael Stone. So yeah, fun fact. Go
Small
Rockets.
world.
Very much so. Now, on to one of my favorite segments of the show, which is what we're watching. All right, and I like to share my screen for this. Annoyed by the horns already? Well, you are not alone.
Being from New York, I'm very much used to them because Funkmaster Flex just blares them all the time.
Oh, that's right. And I just heard the true story about how I saw the a Desus and Mero extra show they had where they had on the extended David Letterman version on there. And I guess that whole Funkmaster Flex intro was from Letterman. I did not know that. That was wild.
Oh no, yeah. I remember that actually.
And I saw the real clip where Rosie Perez is on there. Yeah, and I was going to Funkmaster Flex, some such, and he's like, Funkmaster Flex. Whatever, the crowd laughs. What a hard ticket to get or something. Yeah,
see, I didn't know the guest was Rosie Perez, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and shout out to Rosie Perez. My girl Rose, she is on a new show, The Flight Attendant. Are you familiar? Our first cultural cul-de-sac. Welcome to the show, Steve. Are you familiar with the Flight Attendant show?
I've seen commercials, have not watched yet. I'm kind of interested, actually.
So good, man. It's so good. You should check it out. Because Kaylee Cuoco, Big Bang Theory fame, she is drinking her body weight in ounce every episode. It's a one woman, alcoholic diversion program, straight up. She's messy, she's drunk, and she's acting her ass off. I didn't know she had it in her. It's great. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so the first show I'm watching, and we'll get to what you're watching in just a second, is Borgen. Tak. Spin Doctor. Are you familiar with Borgen? Have you seen Borgen? Seems like someone in our Brancy Slack have seen it.
No, I have not. Not even heard of it. What is this about?
Yo, I am all in. It's about Danish parliamentary politics, focused on the first fictional female Staatsminister, aka Prime Minister. I'm learning all this great German, so I've gotta show it off. The first Danish Staatsminister in Denmark, and her spin doctor. That's literally what they call him. Like the media advisor is called spin doctor. Okay. It's weird the English words they actually decide to co-opt in the language, but like spin doctor or like what's the fuck off is fuck off. I mean, so okay. Yeah. And everyone's like all multilingual, so it makes us look like dumb Americans. Like at least I am. At least I only know 1.5 languages. But no, it's great. She's a beauty too. Yeah. Katrina Fonsmark. I love these great names too. I'm sucker for names. Okay. She plays the lover of the on again, off again lover of the spin doctor. You remember your boy Euron, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's Euron.
I was like, why does he look so familiar?
Yeah. You're on from GOT, baby. This is maybe about 6 years prior. I think they filmed it from 2010 to 2013. So yeah, this is him playing this Casper Ure, the spin doctor. And and then this is like his on again off screen girlfriend, Katrina Fonsmark. She's a journalist over at she starts off in this one paper and then goes to a different paper. She's like a political journalist. So they're always getting it on or off. And it's
wait. Hold on. Are you saying that she's like a newspaper polygamist?
No. Good catch. No, she actually kind of gets herself. She's a tough hire. Let's put it that way. She's always getting herself some shit. But that's the kind of journalist you want, right? Your little muckrakers or whatever. So
okay.
But no, and yeah, this guy, he's a piece of shit. He runs like the he is the Mikael Lagerson. He basically runs like the Daily Mail version of the Danish newspapers. Yeah.
Okay.
It's crap, but it's fascinating. I mean, and it really makes me, want to. Obviously, our constitution is what it is, two-party system, whatever. We all know it's broken. But watching shit like this, and I know it's fictional, it's kind of like watching the West Wing of Denmark. But watching parliamentary politics versus, the hellscape we have now, where we're like, begging and pleading America to do the right thing for one little state to elect 2 senators so we can at least a smidgen of democracy again. It's just sad, man, how much I'm pining for parliamentary politics, where you actually have to make a deal to get anything done. So yeah, Mitch McConnell's head would explode if you actually had to, see powered anybody. Yeah, because and she's great. First of all, she's very hot for prime minister, and so she plays kind of like a youngish prime minister who always has to. Like the majority in that country for her is like 36%. And so it's like a very narrow majority. And so, there's always like, horse trading in the scenes. And so I just love it. It's great. You kind of, and I do, like I have my little rundown, like my notes, just like zone and basketballs for cowards, dubbings for cowards, read the caption all the way.
No.
You have to read your real voice. Are you dubbing? Did I just call you?
No. Captions all the way. As an anime fan, I never did dub, always did subs.
There you go. Yeah, wow, that's some tough love too if you're doing it for anime. So yeah, you are a dubbing truist. So pure. So yeah, and then the other show I'm watching, of course, because I am black and there is part of me that is just preternaturally drawn to these trashy Real Housewives of Black people shows, and it is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, back for the 13th season, found in last week's talent pool. No, not Beverly Hills. No, not. Although Salt Lake City's been interesting. Have you followed Salt Lake City at all?
No. I know a few people in our family group who are really interested in it, but yeah, no.
Yeah, it's messy as hell, but here's original mess, and this time she gone. No more Nene. Yeah, she's out.
Okay.
And now that I think about it, I didn't see Eva Marcille either. Maybe she's had enough of it. She was on there for a couple seasons, really spiced it up. A one-time model. She married. I think dude who went to my school too. I think he was behind me. No, that's a different guy. That's a different housewife, Paul Judd. She's on a different season. Anyway, so
Okay.
they're all back, and I was kind of curious to see how they do with COVID and everything. I actually thought they wouldn't even have a show. I mean, because their whole deal is about like getting together and starting drama. So, but I mean, the first episode was all right. I mean, all of a sudden now, Portia Williams, who came on several seasons ago as the ditz of the bunch, married to Cordell Stewart. Remember that shit?
Slash?
Yeah, you didn't know that? She was married to Slash.
No idea.
Yeah, man. I mean, and there are all sorts of rumors about that marriage. Like it was, I mean, not that it was like set up, but like question. I mean, what do you know about Atlanta men, that whole scene down there? I mean, he was just very suspect. Anyway, he wasn't very much on the. Not, I mean, be true to yourself. Don't hide that shit. But I don't know. He was kind of rumors had that he was suspect. Their marriage failed quickly as soon as her star shone kind of bright, and now she's like a fixture of the Real Housewives. I kind of can't imagine it without her. Their dumb ass, because she came in the first season saying because her dad or her uncle or something was like it was Hosea Williams, old school civil rights activist, and she didn't even know what the fucking Underground Railroad was.
Oh God.
So now she's all like getting arrested, protesting for Breonna Taylor in Louisville, and one of the side characters, Marlo, called her Portia Luther King.
Oh.
So seeing her evolution over the years has been wild, and I don't know, it's been fun. I don't know if you ever watch a show, probably not your speed, but I mean, I sometimes need to have some decent third monitor entertainment while I work on this game and work and shit, and sometimes you just want to feel better than other people, I'm not that. I'm not above that. I don't know. All right, so that's what I'm watching. What are you watching, Hasib?
I don't watch much TV anymore. I have been catching up on my Naruto with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Because this is my rewatch for me. It's her first time. I did watch the Unhappiest season the other day.
Happiest season or unhappiest? Are you making a play on it or?
Oh, it is the happiest. It is the happiest season, right? Okay, for me, it seemed like somebody was unhappy throughout the whole movie. But yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I kind of covered it in one of my little strategy pods. But yeah, what was your take on happiest season?
It was an entertaining watch. I understand that it's a rom-com and a Christmas movie, so you gotta have the happily ever after at the end. To me, it didn't sit right with me at all because I was like, Kristen Stewart's character's gotta leave this girl at this point, man. But that was how I felt.
And part of me was like, we're still hiding our sexual orientation in 2020. It was written by a gay woman, directed by a gay woman, so I'm not doubting it. And it's sitcom. I mean, it's essentially a movie sitcom. Premises are there to be exaggerated. So I'm not necessarily doubting that it couldn't happen. I'm sure this should still happen. I'm positive. Mm-hmm. But it just felt kind of weird, like the extent she was using to kind of, I don't know. I mean, you can't, I guess, destroy the whole central premise of it you can't attack the central premise without destroying the whole movie. But I just wanted more for Kristen Stewart. I mean, even from how she's ambushed en route to, they're almost there. And she's like, yeah, I kind of tell them that that's the talk you have before we start packing. That's the argument you want to have before you start packing,
Yeah, that car ride was frustrating.
And so did you, like the rest of the internet, ship Kristen Stewart and Aubrey Plaza?
I was kind of rooting for it. Yes, I was. Oh my God, yeah. Aubrey Plaza was just a ray of light in that movie, shining upon me. I want to take a shower in that ray of light.
No, yeah, and it's weird because she usually tries to bring some kind of sarcastic, dour energy, but she was kind of like just normal. So this is what she looks like normal because April Ludgate from Parks, dark, gothy, weird. I saw that indie movie she did with O'Shea Jackson, kind of little, dark, weird, So this movie, she's kind of normal.
What's the name of that movie?
Oh shit!
Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah.
That was good. That's when I was like, oh, O'Shea can act, okay, because that was like maybe 2 films after he did, his debut and as playing his dad and Straight Outta Compton. So I didn't know if he could act or he was just like a mimic. But no, he could act.
I gotta give you props because you were right. This is like one of the few times I've ever seen Aubrey Plaza straight manning it. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I love her generally. At least I love the concept of her. I really did like April Leggett. She was nice, funny downer in that really upbeat show. But yeah, and not only that, I mean, I thought Dan Levy was great. I mean, people love Schitt's Creek. I swear I tried, mostly for a girl, so of course it
Oh,
didn't stick. But I tried to
same.
watch it a few times, and it didn't quite stick with me. But everything else I see him, and he's likable, and so him this whole little moment where he's playing straight is pretty funny too. Yeah, so what do you bench? It was a corny movie, but the corny parts kind of worked. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie. And I think what also is fascinating is that it took this long for, I guess, like two gay women at the center of a holiday rom com. Like it felt so normal and natural. It's kind of like, why don't we see more of these?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. All right, so what else are you watching? Give me one more.
Cobra Kai.
Yo, all right, expound. Tell our watchers and some listeners why you're into Cobra Kai.
So I just started like a month ago. I'm still on the first season, and I'm really into it. They are layering both the dude from Cobra Kai and Daniel's son, and it's just like
yeah, they did.
I actually like it a lot more than I like Karate Kid. So far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I haven't heard that take honestly, but I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, so what I like here is that what the hardest part about reboots, and as a writer in a lifetime ago, I've tried taking some reboots. Trust me.
Yeah.
What they did, at least for for the 21st century, which I thought was pretty smart, was that this is not a reboot, it's an extension of the universe, but it's like a natural extension. And I think what they did was great, was that they made who we thought was the villain, theme of our show today, who we thought was the villain, and switched him into kind of the anti-hero. Yeah, he's a little bit misogynistic, he's a little antiquated, doesn't know what a flip phone is in 2019, which honestly doesn't make sense. I mean, or he has a flip phone in 2019, which is a little bit weird. But so he's a bit of a throwback. But I mean, they humanized him, because in Karate Kid he was just an ass. He was just a dick. And I guess, and then I think it might have been, I'm not sure it's season 2, but there is a scene in this series, and it's not really a spoiler or anything, but where we actually see him with his dad. I think it was a young version of him, and you see like what why he became a villain. So they fleshed out his character. They made him three-dimensional.
And honestly, that's why I like Karate. I like this more than Karate Kid, because I feel like there's such a good guy, bad guy dynamic in that movie. But in this, you're kind of like, oh wait, there's more gray area with both characters. So yeah,
yeah, it's like life. Yeah. So and the karate's not bad. I mean, it's what it is. But I mean, I really enjoyed this this remake or whatever, or this brand extension. Oh snap! So it's coming back. All right, January 8th. Okay, cool. So we only got a few more weeks. Awesome.
Oh, so I gotta catch up real fast. All right.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. Well, they're half-hour shows too. So what are you waiting for? All right, good shit. We're on to our next segment. Now, this is the theme of the show tonight, and it is. And I had here top 3, but no, you're on a top 5 show. This is a holdover from the last rundown when I had the tripod on. There's 3 of us. We can go on for hours. I kept it for 3. This show, we're doing top 5 villain movies. The rules are as follows: name a movie that features a memorable villain. We alternate picks. Once someone picks a movie, that movie is out of play. And because I'm a gentleman, damn it, Draft Mom, guests always go first. What do you got for your first film, Hasib?
First film, I'm going with the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Knew it. Well played. You're playing the game. Gotta take it off the board.
Yeah.
Tell us why you picked the Joker from The Dark Knight.
I just appreciate the whole chaos approach to everything. It's how I've approached the internet my whole life as an internet troll. And it's something sinister about it. You never know his backstory or anything. You don't know why he's doing anything, and it's unsettling and unnerving. And he's the yin to Batman's yang in that movie. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, he's got great lines. It's an excellent performance by Heath Ledger, and sometimes I kind of wonder if it broke him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because he died of what, like a drug overdose, a few years later. And it's kind of like, I mean, obviously we feel robbed of his talent, but it's like he went so deep into this that I think he might have been a little off. I don't know if he was off in coming to the role, but he definitely something must have been a little bit off after, which is sad. But I mean, he gave his all to the role. It stands test of time. He won a posthumous, Oscar or whatever.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Yeah, he's the best part of that Reborn trilogy. No complaints. It was on my list. Taking it off my list. You know what? Actually, I didn't even start because I knew you'd go for it. So I'm taking a super obvious one off the list too. And I'm going Darth Vader, Star Wars. Got to do it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I hope that's a gut punch because I mean he's super obvious, but and I'm not even sure how old you are, Steve, but I'm pretty sure you're younger than I am. Doesn't take much to be younger than I am. And I remember young me. Now, this came out in 77 and summer 77. So while I was told, my dad dragged me to see this in the theater, couldn't have been more than a year and a half. So I don't remember actually seeing it in the theater. But I was old enough to see to see Empire Strikes Back as a kid, and then retroactively watching Star Wars and all sort of stuff. So my first exposure to him probably actually let's go to Empire Strikes Back. That's probably better because that's my first real remembrance of Darth Vader. That motherfucker be bold, all right. He'd be force choking dudes, and he'd be like, he's scary. He's dressed all in black. He's got the mechanical voice, the James Earl Jones voice. Honestly, and not even it's not even like racial politics. Oh, why the black man got to be the bad guy's voice? But it's just a great voice. That's a voice for all time.
What a great poster.
Oh, I know. Is it the German one? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and real talk, I had and probably still have somewhere in the basement Star Wars sheets that look something like this. It's like, not this kind of style. It's like Luke's got the lightsaber and he looks actually a lot more ripped than he actually is, and Leia's and spaceships, and yeah, that's very 70s style right here, very 70s. But young me saw the battle, the I'm your father. No, I'm in the theater going no. So yeah, this thing has it all, and he is just the best villain because sometimes what they say, keep your enemies close, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. But you can't get closer than your dad. Can't get closer than your dad. So that revelation broke me. What are your thoughts on Darth Vader?
Actually wasn't on my list because I knew you would take him right after I picked. So
okay, damn it! I want to snake some course.
Yeah, for sure. No, Darth Vader is true villain.
Look how he dominates all of the art on this. I mean, he's the looming specter over everything. Yeah, oh man, that's great. Oh yeah. Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I don't know if I've got my top two favorite films of all time. Obviously, Boomerang. Obviously, White Man Can't Jump. After that, it's been a bit of a toss-up. But Empire's up there. I mean,
for sure,
it's incredible. Although I hate to admit, though, I tend to skip the Dagobah parts. It's kind of slow. I mean, it's necessary, but it's kind of slow. I always jump to like Han Solo doing shit or Cloud City. I love that.
The Cloud City scenes are terrific. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what's your next film?
My next film, it's going to be.
Don't do it.
Oh, what do you think I was going to do? All right, you know what? I'm going Skynet from the Terminator movies.
Whew, okay, all right. Invisible, faceless thing that we can't really, folks. Thank you, because I am totally snaking one on your list next. All right, Terminator 2, got it. Or was it Terminator? Which one do you want to?
We'll go with Terminator 2, sure.
Okay, Terminator 2.
Yeah, no, I've always had a paranoia of technology and how far it can go. And these movies have, Terminator 2 especially, probably the best one of the whole series in my opinion, but played on those fears of how if we're too reliant on technology will take over us.
How far does your paranoia go? And when you say you have paranoia of it, does that mean you actually kind of fear watch? Like you like to fear watch these type of movies, or you're like, this thing freaks me out. I'll see it once and I'm done.
Oh no! I'll fear watch it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I got a show for you, real quick. Cultural cul-de-sac.
Okay, let's do it.
Have you seen that show Next on Fox? Yes, this is Network Ed. I'll let you, CJ. There's Network Ed coming through with the other network show. So corny, but no, it's on Fox, and it's got your boy John Slattery. He plays kind of like a
What is this? I've never heard of this before.
Crankety crotchety Elon Musk type character, where he's kind of invented like an AI that goes rogue and like but the thing about this AI, it's set in today's technology, whatever, and all this shit is plausible if there was an AI smart enough. Like it starts ordering, spreading fake news, getting people around. I mean, for all we know, an AI this could be all a simulation for all I know, right? We all be being managed by some AI or whatever that's like, okay, let's fuck with dumb white people in the South and make them not want to vote for a Republican. Who knows? But the things they're doing in this show could plausibly happen in real life. It moves fast. It is scary because it's also plausible. And another episode's coming on not till next week, but it comes on Tuesdays. So you got some catching up to do. There's about maybe 6 episodes left. It's not sadly being renewed for a second season, but it's got a really good first season so far, honestly.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, check it out. It's on Fox. They probably it's on Hulu. I'm sure they got the old episodes on Hulu if you do that. Okay. Or if you ride the high seas like your boy. Yeah, Slattery's good in it. He's got like some sort of degenerative condition, so he also wants to cure this before he dies, and this thing is stalking them. It's like straight stalking him and like the FBI agent and stuff, and it's wild. Yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm sorry. So back to Terminator 2. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts you have on why Skynet's such a great villain?
Everybody, I feel like if you go on these villain lists on the internet, they're always focusing on the Terminator. And in my opinion, the Terminators are just like tools. They're weapons, right?
Good point.
And in the hands of somebody good or bad, they can be good or bad. Skynet is just cold, ruthless, rational. Realizes right away that it's people, humans, that are what's wrong with Earth, and that is just ruthlessly.
And that's the motivation, right? Like the human, it's that because left to our own devices, we'll just war ourselves to death, or is it that Skynet's like, I need to survive, so I need to wipe out people who can hold me back, or is it both?
I think it's both, but more the former, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, because one of those movies where like a rogue AI is trying to stop us is that the one that went through like the quick history of humanity and they showed like glimpses, just like all war? Is that the one, or is that another movie I'm thinking of?
Are you thinking about 2001?
Actually, this is the hole in my pop culture resume. I've never seen 2001.
What?
No, and sci-fi, I'd like. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna put this on the list. My list is getting long. Every time I have one of these pods, and I've got great guests like you and stuff, they give me new shit to watch. So putting it on the list, 2001. Because there's no excuse for it. Hasib, there really isn't.
No, it is like a landmark. It's. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Look, honestly, I am surprised too. I'm gonna get right on that one. That's sad. That's really sad.
It's just like the first part of the movie is just incredible. You're gonna be like, wait, what's going on? And then you're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna just hit you.
Okay, all right. No spoilers. I'll check it out. I'll check it out this week.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what the movie was? I think it was War Games. Have you seen War Games?
Not in a long time. I think that's from the 80s, isn't it?
83. Yeah.
I remember seeing it as a kid.
Right. I saw it in the theaters. I believe that was right in my wheelhouse. Shall we play a game? Yes, I'm definitely a war games guy. And also, they said it in Seattle too, or he's like, yeah, we got an asshole who lives in Seattle, doesn't know how to swim. I was like, I'm 7, I know how to swim. Okay, all right. So that's a good pick, an unconventional pick. I appreciate it. I'm going to conventionally take one off the board as well, and I'm going with. And you knew this was coming. Killmonger from Black Panther. Panther. Was that on your list?
Wasn't actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? We're good to see. Now I can stop trying to play the games, do my picks, because the rest of my picks from here on out, there's ain't no way you got these picks. So I'm feeling good. I got the ones I was worried about out the way first. This is great.
Okay.
So I mean, I've already talked too much this podcast, so I can just go on about how Killmonger is just a great villain. He's smart. He's educated. He's committed. He's driven. He wins the sympathy, honestly, of the audience halfway through. I mean,
he's not entirely wrong.
I think I came home from the Black Panther that night, and I was checking Twitter, and people were like, Killmonger was trending because he's a badass villain, and also, and you click on that link on that trend, and people were like, Killmonger was right. we need to have Africa for Africans. Oh man, so yeah, I don't know. It was. I mean, it's compelling, and obviously Michael B. Jordan was awesome in it. He had just the right amount of swag. He became memeable. Is this your king? I mean, yeah, he was an excellent villain. Any additional thoughts on Killmonger for VVP villain, MVP, most valuable MVV, most valuable villain? There we go.
I am upset that I didn't even think of him. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's just like the villains that you can relate with are probably amongst the best ones in my opinion, and he is eminently relatable in this movie.
Well, they say, or at least they tell writers, or I was taught this, read this several times, is that villains always think they're the heroes of their own story, and this was it could have been more dead on the truth in this. I mean, basically, Killmonger was right. It was just his means that were a little bit off, right? I mean,
yeah. Much agreed.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see what they do with Black Panther, with the Black Panther 2. With Shuri kind of either taking on the actual suit or taking a more central role and all sort of stuff. But I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed Michael B. Jordan in it. I enjoyed kind of like the conversation about it too, and I enjoyed all the money it made. It was awesome. all those motherfuckers in Hollywood who said that black people don't do overseas. No, fuck that. We were we crossed the billion with this, didn't we? We got close, right? $1 billion?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I might have to check Box Office Mojo on that. All right, so go ahead and do your third film while I look up this stat.
I'm gonna go with Hans Landa from Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, that's a good one. Wow, I totally forgot about that guy. Yeah, good catch.
Yeah. What makes this guy really, really bad dude? I guess everybody's got a drink now, right? What makes this guy a really bad dude?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I'm asleep in my own show. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what makes this guy a really bad dude is the fact that I don't think he truly believes in the Nazi philosophies at all. He's just really, really, really good at what he does, and he enjoys that fact. And it pushes him to be this ultimate asshole.
And what makes you think he doesn't actually believe in Nazism? Is it because he's so gentlemanly even when he's like murdering your family, or what?
I mean, when you're watching the movie, it's just, like it doesn't seem like he really just subscribes to Hitler. Like, yeah, sure. Like, I think at the end when he's about to get scalped. Oh wait, spoiler alert! He's about to get scalped.
Yeah. This is definitely we're spoilerific podcast. When we're talking about movies already out, go for it.
Yeah,
there we go.
Like, I think he gives away the fact that like he never really cared about doing any of the things. He just was really, really good at it. That's how I felt about the ending.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think those are always the scariest villains, the ones who are just like polite. I mean, because polite people. I mean, yeah, the world truly isn't by and large run by the Trumps of the world. Usually you have usually people who get things really done, or they're like the polite villains. Here's a great example of a villain in a slight cul-de-sac, but still on topic. I was watching Axios on HBO. What was it like? I guess the episode before this past one that came out this week. So 2 weeks ago, they had fucking Charles Koch on there from the Koch brothers, and doing some much needed image rehab in advance of the Biden administration. And he was basically like, yeah. I didn't really believe in all this Trump stuff. I just supported some of their policy. And it's like, dude, I mean, no, in for a penny, in for a pound. I mean, What are you talking about? And then, of course, this guy he made his money on oil stuff, and he's an all-around bad dude. He wasn't fooling anybody. But he was very polite, very well groomed, and I was kind of checking Twitter afterwards to see, any kind of like chatter about him, and no one was really like, I mean, some people called him out, like the activists did, but like mainstream centrist press just treat it like another interview. I'm like, no, I don't want 4 years of image rehab for all these, motherfuckers just kind of watched Germany burn or whatever. No. I want a round of consequences, repercussions. Oh, retribution. Yeah. But anyways, that's a political cul-de-sac. We don't do that too often here. But yeah, so no, you're right. But I mean, he's very polite. He's very kind of precise, and so that kind of hides his villainy all the better for the worse.
And I picked another Oscar winner.
Oh, you won an Oscar? Yeah. Are we doing an Oscar count of these villains? Because you probably are up like 1 or 2, 2-0 on my villains. I guess I need to step up my villain game, huh? Find me a villain with. Oh shit! I just thought one in the moment. Oh,
I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, and I'm taking it. That's my next pick.
Okay, go for it.
Training Day, damn it! And that's a failure on my part. That's a failure. I mean, he is truly my favorite actor of all time. Period. Just like the podcast.
Yeah.
Training Day. Yeah, he is the villain's villain, Alonzo. Damn! Wow. Okay.
I was hoping you were going to sleep on him. I thought I was going to get 3 Oscar winners, to be honest.
Well, I'm competitive, Hasib. You know how I am. So the second I'm like, oh shit, he got 2 Oscars up on me. Let me get an Oscar back. Yeah, this dude. I mean, what more needs to be said? First of all, it was long overdue. I mean, yes, he won one for Glory, but he totally was robbed from Malcolm X. And I've always maintained as an actor, one-time actor myself, that it's always hard to portray people who actually live because it's so easy to fall into mimicry, blah, blah, blah. And Son of a Woman, I mean, give me a fucking break. But this was more than a makeup Oscar. This was well-deserved. This was, I mean, one of the most charismatic and chilling portrayals we saw on screen. I mean, I remember being a little like perplexed when Ethan Hawke also got nominated. I mean, rewatching it, he does fine in this movie, whatever. But Ethan Hawke goes on to do like much better stuff. But he did. But I guess you do deserve an Oscar nomination for not getting blown off the screen by Denzel, because he was in his bag on this. What do you remember about Training Day and Denzel as Alonzo, the villain of the piece?
I was taken back by how goddamn cool he was. And like, I'm almost rooting for this guy, and I hated it, Like, this guy is like just corrupt and messing up his community, but he's just cool, and that leather jacket, man.
Leather jacket is iconic. And he takes pleasure, enjoys his job because of the dark arts of it,
Mm-hmm.
Tells you like the right type of weed to get and everything. I mean, he's wild. Yeah, Denzel, man, just man, I love this man. He's so good. Quick Denzel aside story, because his son John David Washington, he went to my alma mater, Morehouse. He's at least, he might have been a decade behind me. It was a while ago, but and so when he was out, after Morehouse trying to get signed on with St. Louis Rams, he was on the practice squad, and I guess he still traveled with the team or whatever. So they came out to Candlestick, and a good friend of mine, she as a side hustle of hers, she would be like a server during the season in the suites, back when we could still have crowds and people at games and shit. And she said when the Rams came to play once, Denzel was there, and he was in one of the suites, and everybody, you could kind of feel like the whole center of gravity in the luxury suites kind of focused her attention on wherever Denzel was and everything. And I guess she serviced his suite and everything. And you're supposed to tip the people after the thing, and the richer they are, the cheaper they tend to tip. But Denzel gave her $100 handshake at the end. I was like, look at you met Denzel and he gave you a Benji. That was pretty cool. So he is an all-around good dude. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
All-around good guy. There you go. Denzel Washington. All right, so Training Day, that was my third. What is your fourth villainous pick, Hasib?
You snake me.
Woo!
Not going front. I'm going with Bishop from Juice.
Yeah, feel the edge, or whatever that was.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Pick. Yeah, tell us about Bishop from Juice real quick.
So, Tupac, absolutely amazing in this movie. Just destroys this role. So
look at that. I mean, in the foreground. I mean, what was it? Was this his first movie?
I think this was his first movie. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was already accomplished as a rapper, but this might be his first. Wow.
Yeah. This is like Will Chamberlain his rookie season, pretty much. Yeah. If I can get into the movie, him and his friends, I think they were in high school at the time. They commit a heist on a bodega. Some shitty shit went down, and he does not want his friends to snitch because he's paranoid, and he ends up systematically tries to kill them one by one. And that is just grimy as hell. And you just see how sinister he's getting, progressing throughout the movie.
You really do, and it was filmed or directed by Ernest Dickerson, who was at the time was Spike Lee's cinematographer of choice, and it was a strong debut, man. And honestly, every time I see Ernest Dickerson on a credit on just like a TV episode, like he works primarily today, mostly still in TV, which I mean, maybe that's where he likes. I don't know, but I mean, you see like just the promise brimming out of this film of everyone involved, especially Ernest Dickerson behind the screen. You're like, I mean, you understand why Omar Epps is the thing in the 90s and why, Tupac, just charismatic and, in all media, but especially as an actor. I mean, the guy had some chops. So, oh, man. Yeah, Juice is a good one, man. I'm trying to remember, how did I feel about this in the theater? Because I definitely saw it when it came out. I was in high school. I mean, I think the thing that stayed with me, at least the first time I saw Juice, was just kind of like the fashion and everything, and it was very of its time. The bucket hats, look at these bucket hats, man. I had me a UNLV bucket hat. I won't lie, that was all the rage back in '91. A UNLV bucket hat. I
was rocking the urban camo bucket hat when I was in high school, so yeah, I felt that.
There you go. And like the Gumby fade, I can never quite get there. Never wanted to quite get there, but that was in shops. So I definitely felt the grittiness of it, and the one scene that stayed with me was, of course, the locker scene where he closes the locker. Boom. What up, Q?
Yeah. I love the elevator scene, to be honest.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah. This just the tension of that. Yeah, it's in Queen Latifah. In her prime. Oh yeah, so good. Khalil Kane. What happened to this dude?
I don't know. Where is he at?
I mean, last time actually, all right. This is what we do on the show sometimes. Sometimes you just have to go down a quick rabbit hole. Khalil Kane, he was always a pretty motherfucker, light-skinned, good hair, all that good stuff.
A lot of good-looking people in this movie, by the way.
Oh yeah. Omar did his thing too. Yeah, and was this the movie where Omar got with Cindy from In Vogue? I think wasn't that this movie? His girlfriend was one of the girls one of the women from In Vogue.
Is it?
Do you know In Vogue? Are you?
I remember, and yeah, I do remember them. They're the R&B group, but
yeah.
How I don't remember.
This was Cindy Herron from In Vogue. This is like probably her only credit too. That's why she has no picture on it.
She was in Batman Forever?
She's been acting. Okay. Look at you. In Vogue, Runaway. Yeah, okay, so it was her. Okay, yeah, this was that movie. Yeah, I remember he was hooking up with her in like the back room or something. And In Vogue, especially in what was this, 90, 91? I mean, super hot. I mean, definitely like the girl group you could bring home to your mom. Like, they wouldn't stand a chance in today's landscape because, they're not talking about their WAP. But man, they were definitely, every guy wanted to get with one of the women in Vogue for sure.
Man. Yeah.
Khalil Kane. What up?
Yeah.
Is he still acting? He is still acting. Be Someone. Some series, homegoing, short, millennial. He's coming to Africa. Is that the Coming to America sequel? I'm like, what is this?
No, it's a bootleg.
Oh, okay. All right, Khalil. Well, you know what? I guess you can only stay but so pretty and light-skinned in it for so long. Just kidding. I love my light-skinned brothers. Elementary. Yeah, so guest starring stuff. Okay. And I think didn't we see him? I want to say he was in. Was he in Spencer for Hire, or that was some other? Oh no, that was Bokeem Woodbine. That was another '90s heartthrob. All right, I'm sorry, I totally derailed this. Anyways, he was on Girlfriends. He certainly was, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as residuals clear, as long as he's not working at Best Buy on weekends, or what was it, Whole Foods, where we fed our boy, doing the honest work. People try to shame on the internet, and they end up getting him a job. dude from Jeffrey from Cosby Show. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Tangent to tangent on the show. Okay, so all right, so that's a great pick, Juice. My fourth one, and this leaves a lot of good options left on the table too.
Oh, there's a lot of villains left.
Yeah, a lot of good villains. And you're not getting either of these, so it's not even like a defensive pick either. I'm gonna go with Khan from the Wrath of Khan.
Oh,
yeah, Ricardo Montalban, Mr. Rich Corinthian Leather himself.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, he. So, are you familiar with the Star Trek series and/or Khan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw this in the theaters. I was 7 at the time. This thing freaked me the hell out because it was great. First of all, it's a great movie, fun time had by all, great science fiction and stuff. And special effects for its day were pretty solid. But when Khan, I think early on, sticks like a worm in someone's ear, young E was out. I was like, ah! I could just feel it crawling into my brain. It was gross.
Yeah.
It was much. But no, he's a great villain because he's evil. He's unrepentantly evil. He's singularly focused evil. And he actually has, he has like a reason, like a cause. I mean, it's not a cause that justifies the extent of what he does. It's not Killmonger-esque per se, but right. I kind of respect someone who's just batshit crazy, all in, singularly focused on his mission to destroy another man. I kind of respect it. There you go. Look at it.
Look at the fit.
No, it's swaggy. Yo, look at that. Look, the jewelry, the entourage.
Absolutely.
This is a great studio photo. This is great publicity still. I love that. Yeah. Khan was that dude. Yeah. So what were your impressions of Wrath of Khan? And how old were you and what place were you in your life when you watched it?
What year did this movie come out? Because I might have been like 6 or 7 years old when this movie came out. I didn't see it until much later in my life.
I want to say it was 82. Are we the same age? For real?
No, I might have been 3 years old. Oh, yeah. Then I'm 3 years old when this movie came out. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Oh, no. I was a wee child. I was 1 year old when this movie came out.
Oh, okay. That
1982?
Yeah, summer of 82. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was 1. But I remember seeing this in high school and being like, yo, look at this guy. Why is he the bad guy? I want to look like this man. Yeah. He wanted to destroy Kirk, but he was the man.
Kirk was kind of feeling himself too by this point. The first Star Trek, I didn't see because I was kind of young, and also my mom didn't take me to see that one. But for whatever reason, I conned her into seeing this one, and it was some good stuff. And he was kind of feeling himself with his whole. And I think this is the one where he talks about the Kobayashi Maru or whatever, and he was and he was kind of like, and I guess off the first movie, whatever it did in the box office, like it did okay. But this is the movie that really put. That really vaulted the film franchise into the consciousness of America. Because after that, 3 and 4, those were like big summer events. And Kirk as a character was kind of feeling himself. So it's kind of good to see like a guy really come for his neck and like just manipulate everything that he can to just kind of like destroy this dude. And like once again, I respect someone who knocks him off his cool. Spock. Oh, it's Kirstie Alley. Used to be a major babe who had sense. How far we've all fallen these last.
I totally forgot she was in this movie.
Yeah, man. She's looked good for a while, even with the weight fluctuations. But now she's not hot. She's not hot anymore. What's between the ears? Not hot. Is that Val Kilmer? No, that can't be Kilmer. No way.
No.
Okay, he looked Kilmer-esque right here. Yeah. He looked like Top Gun era Val Kilmer for a second. My bad.
No, that picture had me going for a second too.
Yeah, quick look, Oh. All right, so what's your fifth and final pick, Hasib?
There's no way you had this one. My final pick is not one person, but a family.
Oh.
It's the Armitage family from Get Out. The white family.
Doing it as you know what? We'll allow it. Now explain for those why as a family they deserve to be a villain on our podcast.
By the way, shout out to Omid from the Slack group.
Mm.
Told me that yeah, these guys are villains. Slight plagiarism going on here, but
You give credit. We're good.
yeah, I give credit where it's due. So this white family tries to take advantage of this young black man's youth and just overall sense of being, and it kind of plays into let's say this idea of neoliberal white people and how they can be problematic in ways. So that's why I love this idea, and shout out to Amit again for telling me about this one. So yeah.
No, honestly, that's an inspired choice. I mean, they are honestly the villains of this movie. I mean, and it sneaks up on you though. That's the best part. I mean, which is kind of the best worst racism. Like, I mean, you don't see it coming. I mean, I don't know about your background. I mean, I think you grew up in New York or something, right? Like yeah, you grew up in I was born in New York, but we defected to Seattle, when I was like 3.5. So my first memories of anything were the day we got to Seattle. So I grew up in Seattle. I claim Seattle. Fuck New York sports. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah. Oh. But the thing about Seattle is that Seattle's full of the Armitage family. Straight up. They will smile in your face. They will say the right things. But my God, I mean, some of these white people are real. I mean, they don't want you to date their daughter. Let's put it that way. At least in the 90s, especially. They did not want you to date their daughter. They'd say the right thing. They would know a black friend or a black person, all that sort of stuff. But they were not about that. And what's wild about the Armitage family, obviously this is a movie, so you have to make it dramatic and interesting. But they were into kind of it's not even like recruiting, but like almost like you pluck a flower, harvesting. There we go. They're into harvesting black men, for genetic superiority reasons. The myth of black genetics, whatever. And it's wild. And this whole kind of like eugenics of it all, whatever. It's some fucked up shit. But the best part of it, they couched all of this kind of latent racism under the faux veneer of white liberalism. It's wild. Yeah. Mr. I would have voted for Obama third term if I could. Yeah, Bradley Whitford still doing good work. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is an awesome film. I think I saw it 4 times in the theater. I went by myself. I went again. I brought a girl. I brought a friend. I had to see that thing multiple times.
Yeah, this was one of those movies. I went to see it with my girlfriend first. I am dating a white woman, so it was an interesting experience.
I was dating a white woman at the same time too. I brought her to see it. She loved it. It was great.
Yeah, she loved it too. And then I think I saw it 4 times too in the theater. And every time I went to see it, I took a different friend who had not seen it. So, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so for my last one, and
there's so many still left on the board.
There's so many still on the board, so I'm gonna cheat and do a few honorable mentions. Honorable mention, Zod from Superman 2, kneel before Zod. Honorable mention, Amy Dunn, Gone Girl. She's the fucking villain, dude.
Okay.
Yes, latent male, ideas of the perfect women and latent misogyny or whatever. That's kind of villainous too. But Amy Dunn's the bad girl. Amy Dunn's the bad girl in that movie. And then of course Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada, total villain. But the villain I'm gonna settle on, the last one.
Can I mention a couple?
Yeah, do your honorable mentions, please.
Yeah. Michael Myers from the Halloween movies.
True.
Freddy Krueger.
Yes. He's in your dreams.
I'm surprised none of us picked this guy, but Scar from Lion King.
Oh, well, I was never really a big Lion King guy. I've seen him, but I've never was really big on that. So that totally missed me. But sure, that counts.
Yeah,
bad guy. That guy. All right, my final one is Alex Forrest from Fatal Attraction.
Oh, okay.
You laugh because you must be familiar.
Yes.
This was some shit. This got Glenn Close an Oscar nomination. I don't think she won it for this though. I don't
think she's won. Wait, has she won one at all?
Oh shit, that's a.
I don't think she has.
I don't think she has. Oh my god, I think you're right. She might be the Susan Lucci of the Oscars. No, so this was some shit. I might have been, what was it, 89, 87? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think I saw this in the theater because ain't no way mom was gonna take me to see an R-rated movie then. But I did see it some way somehow when it came out on video, and yeah, and she was something else. Now, similarly motivated, for somewhat good cause to an extent. See, a lot of there's a problem with a lot of these villains. I mean, this theory just kind of came to me, so hang with me for a second, Hasib. A lot of these villains actually have good points, but they take things just too fucking far. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't apply it to all villains or all villains people, even in real life history. But I mean, some of these villains have good points. They just take it too damn far. Right. I'm all right. So basically, she kind of got ghosted before ghosting was a thing. Back after she had like a one night stand, actually 2-night stand with Michael Douglas's character, Dan. Dan, I will not be ignored, Dan. No, but so she kind of took it too far. But so she has a point about basically, you need to be a man, at least be a man, say you're through with me. Although when she finally pressed him, he was like, no, we're done, I'm good. And she's kind of far gone at that point. Mm-hmm. So she kind of had a point, but I mean, there's no call for boiling, someone's bunny. There's no call for what, you didn't know that?
Leave the stuffed animals out of it, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Your eyes went wide. I'm like, oh, you just forgot about that. Oh, yeah. No, the boiled bunny, like boiling real bunny, that kind of sick. The stalking, before we had like really strong anti-stalker laws.
Yeah.
Wild. I mean, showing up at work, never a good one. Mm-hmm. Always a no. Oh, hold on. What was this one? Farlig forbidden Dells. That must be the Danish version.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she cuts herself, attention grabbing. I mean, it's all bad. But they had some really hot sex, man. I mean, elevator sex. I mean, it was really so late 80s too. I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was really good in this role. She really, I mean, like I said, she had grounds, but way too far, and also didn't know her role, didn't know her place. And I think because of movies like this, it really did kind of help form pop, some of our reactions in pop culture onto like what the real role of a side chick's supposed to be. She was a cautionary tale, like not only for how men are supposed to treat side chicks, but also how side chicks are supposed to comport themselves. I would think, don't be an Alex Forrest, y'all. Don't be that.
I still don't understand the fascination with Michael Douglas.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. He had that hair. Look at that hair. That's some good hair.
It's gotta be the hair because I mean, look at this picture right now. Like, Sharon Stone got with that.
No, I mean. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is like a man thing or a black man thing, but like we traditionally are really bad at like rating other dudes. Like Eddie Murphy Boomerang. Like I can't tell if a guy looked good. Look at his shoulders. Billy D. He looks very smooth. I can tell you in this picture he looks like he's going to steal your girl. He just kind of does. And it's mostly the hair. And then this is like, and his stretch in the 90s, another cultural cul-de-sac, was fairly fucking unparalleled. I mean, or the late 80s to the 90s, and it might have crested with Basic Instinct. Honestly, I mean, he still kind of got it. I mean, remember when he went public with his HPV diagnosis because it came from servicing the lady too much? I mean, who gets away with that? Didn't no one raise an eyebrow? Like, he just likes to dine out. It's all good. Yeah. Michael Douglas does his thing, and he's just always kind of been that dude where he's charming, he's dangerous, and he's kind of that dude. You look at the 80s, right? Star Chamber started something. I think I might have actually saw that when I was DVDing my Netflix show.
We forgot another villain, Gordon Gekko.
Man, some people would say he's not a villain; he's a hero. Most people hate him as a hero. The 80s were a wild time to see him. I'm glad you're too young to experience it.
Would those people be Jeff Bezos?
Man, greed is good. And actually, I was watching Was it the Reagans? No, I was watching the Empires of New York. You probably don't watch this nonsense. It's on CNBC. It's no, it's like a documentary series on like Trump, Leona Helmsley. What's the guy did all the insider trading? Leon something or other. And yeah, it was the Leon guy they're focusing in on. The guy who basically faked his way into or did a bunch of insider trading, and he was basically based on. Gordon Gekko is basically based on shit. This is gonna annoy me until I find this out. Leon, inside trader, Leon. No, Leo. Anyways, Empires of New York. Empires of New York. Who is that guy? I gotta find this out. It's bugging me. Leon Boski, Ivan Boski. Why was the thing Leon? Ivan Boski, the insider trader guy, basically the greed is good speech, and I did not know this until I saw this just this past weekend to the last episode of Empires of New York, was based off a speech that he actually gave at, like, of all places, Cal Berkeley. He's at Cal Berkeley in like the 80s giving a speech and basically said greed is good, and they lifted that and put it into the Gordon Gekko speech.
Oh wow.
Yeah, wild time. So yeah, Wall Street, Black Rain, all of these movies right here from Romancing the Stone on. I'm sorry, but your man's Michael Douglas is just the epitome of like swashbuckling cool. He really was. He had the hair, he had that look, and he honestly did not give a fuck. He looked like he could be like your boy hanging out, but also you wouldn't leave your girl around him. You absolutely would not.
Not in Falling Down though.
Good point. Good point. That one, I think he might have been possibly Oscar fishing. And Disclosure, he plays kind of a bit of like a neutered man, and then Andrew Shepard. So you see the transition after Basic Instinct into, a slightly different version of his career. But yeah, those in his 30s and 40s, man, he was killing the game. Fatal Attraction is my final answer. And on that, and of course, I lost my trusty soundboard, so let me go get my soundboard back. Anyways, you know the drill. We have no segues on the show. There it is.
There we go.
We're going to go on to a short break. For those of you who are listening at home, we're going to tell you about the game DraftStream, how it's played, how you can get involved. So we'll be back with you right after this. And we're back. Okay, so our quarantine movie of the week last week was, of course, Noelle, a joyous little Christmas tale of Kris Kringle's daughter who ventures out from the North Pole for the first time in her life to find her brother, the new Santa, who's gone AWOL. Are you familiar with Noelle, Hasib?
No, I'm not actually.
What? You didn't see me badger y'all in this? Oh, actually, I don't think the Slack was around back then. I was really hot on Noelle last Christmas. I was
Okay.
all in the Watch Facebook group, like, you guys, you gotta see Noelle.
Okay.
That is my joy. No, it honestly, I mean, it's so wholesome and PG and corny, but it's very clever. All of the little kind of Christmas little sly stuff is in there, and the love interest is I always screw his name up. Ben Adair Kingsley, the brother from the UK, the one who played Obama in the latest whatchamacallit in the Comey series.
By the way, this guy, Ben Kingsley Adair, has major balls because he played Obama and then he plays Malcolm X this year in One Night in Miami.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he is, but you know what? He pulls it off.
Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P., but there is now an opening for play every historical character, every Black historical character possible. There's an opening in that club. He's trying to fill that market void. I'm telling you. He's charming in that as well. It's just such a really good movie. I'm gonna watch it probably in the next couple weeks. I think we were listing Christmas traditions in the Slack the other day, and as far as what we watch, in mine, and this is now a new Christmas tradition. I think I watched it 2 or 3 times last year. Excellent entry by the Plus, Disney Plus. And that was last week. So this week, our quarantine movie of the week is Gloria Bell. Are you familiar with this film, Hasib?
Is that Julianne Moore?
Oh, yeah.
It's on my watch list. I need to watch it.
Still brilliant. I mean, so basically, Gloria Bell, Julianne Moore stars in the titular role as a 50s divorcee who's new to dating in LA, and she may have found her some real love in the club with John Turturro's character. And I mean, I want you guys to watch this movie, but I'm gonna have to spoil something about this a little bit. I'm not gonna spoil all the way, but when we're talking about villains, this dude was on my list of villains for real. John Turturro is the 50s version of a 50s equivalent of a fuck boy. All right, I'll leave it at that. He is the ultimate fuck boy. I was so irate coming out of this movie. I hate it. I'm gonna try to see if I can find my tweets from then. It was like 2 years ago. It came out like late summer of 2018. I was so angry at Turturro. Where's Turturro? Let me get a picture of him on here. He is a fuck boy. He's a beta cuck. He's whatever you want to see. He's just the worst, the absolute worst. I hated him so hard. Here he is. I mean, so he's such a talented actor. I love him. I'm sure he's a great person. Very talented. The Knish. He'll always be the Knish for me from Rounders. But my God, he's such a fuck boy. Oh, I could not stand it. Oh, so I'm actually intrigued to see your take on this, having prejudiced, your viewing already. I'm very curious to see what you think about this guy in this movie after you see this. I don't know if it's like a run out to watch, but it is our quarantine movie of the week. So all of y'all who are watching at home and listening at home, please tweet me, give me your tweet length review at Play Cinema Draft on the Twitter sphere. Tell me what you think about whether or not, and maybe I'll run a poll. I don't think I'll run a poll on top of Gloria Bell to see if you all think that John Turturro's character is or is not the ultimate fuckboy.
And it's streaming on the Amazon Prime.
There you go. Free for all you Prime subscribers. One of the 127 million. I know who you are. It's all of us. All right. It is time for our DraftStream update. And quickly from last week, form held. The guy you love to hate, Gamble24x7, aka G24, the homie who went ahead and just did the clean money sweep. He crushed us. He took first. He took second. And for his encore, he won the low ball bonus for the $15 bonus, taking $90 out of the $100 player pool. He's done this several times before. He is in rare form. G24, the homie, is the all-time DraftStream leader. Almost $1,200 won playing a free-to-play game over these last 8 months. Shout out to your mans. The perfect call sheet looked like a lot of like an optimal stack of Just Another Christmas, headliner stacks, a SEAL Team. I mean, these CBS shows just will not fucking die. Euphoria, it's a little one-off. Doing My Drugs, excellent title. Documentary on some sort of, I think, Brazilian something player. And then Sound of Metal, Olivia Cook, but the star of it, really the true headliner, was our boy Riz Ahmed. That's a perfect call sheet. So shout out to Gamble24, and also third place Jaybird, who was the Cinema Draft Alpha Test all-time money winner. He's also in second place overall in the standings with a little bit over $850 won. He got in third place for $10. Have you seen any of these shows in the talent pool from last week, like Your Honor or Mank? Were you part of our Mank discussion today?
I have not seen Mank yet. I want to see Mank. No, I haven't seen any of these shows. I'm a lot of fun, by the way. But yeah, no, I haven't seen any of these shows yet. They're on the watch list. Mank is on the watch list for sure.
Shameless? You seen any of the seasons of Shameless?
No, and you know what? One of my friends actually writes on the show, so no. I haven't.
Yo, for real? Who's your friend?
Sherman Payne.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's I remember when it very first came out, like I was gonna check it out regardless, and part of me was like, yeah, white trash, this is reparations on screen, whatever. But no, it was. I was shocked at how well written it was, and how it's got it sneaks in some poignant stuff here every now and then. It wasn't just it wasn't just watching like a trashy family on TV. Let's put it that way. So I'm in for a penny and for a pound. It's 11th and final season. So, and I actually have not checked out the season 11 debut. So that's probably what I'm watching tonight.
I love the first season of Euphoria, so I can't wait to get into that Zendaya episode. So
yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, I gave my thoughts on Mank on yesterday's strategy pod, but yeah, I enjoyed Mank, and David Fincher really commits to the bit. Totally made a 1930s style film in every form and fashion. It's very cool. Even to the opening credits where they basically do all the end credits, but opening, those old school ones, starring the big fonts and the dots, and yeah, it's very old school. So I enjoyed the commitment to the bit. This week's talent pool. 25 Hot Ones, headlinered by, this is actually, I'm thinking this is going to be our first down week in a while, Hasib. And hopefully you'll get a chance to play the game this week. We'd love to see you in there, mixing it up. Free to play, of course, 3 call sheets, maximum. Give yourself a shot at the $100 prize pool in our free to play game. But Ip Man, Kung Fu Master is coming through. I know there's some Ip Man fans out there.
Shout out to Downey Yen.
Yep. I watched a trailer of this one, Wild Mountain Time, a love triangle film set in Ireland with Emily Blunt trying on an Irish accent between her, Jamie Dornan, and John Hamm. No Irish accent, though.
That's a hell of a cast.
It's a great cast. And yeah, Christopher Walken does an Irish accent, so I might actually watch this. I might be riding the high seas with you on this one just to check this one out.
Okay.
It sounds very improbable, but yeah, he's in there with an Irish accent. It sounds kind of shaky in the trailer, but I want to see it in context.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, Jamie Dornan, looking normal. But yeah, this is I don't know. My exposure to Jamie Dornan, I know he was a big thing to UK audiences for a while, but my main exposure to him was the 50 Shades series. So he always has his shirt off and acting like a freak. So I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, so I think I don't know. I mean, every time I think we're gonna have a down week in scoring, and as you can see, our average score is 87.16 last week. We still somehow exceeded that 91.83. I'm still continually shocked with some weeks where it doesn't seem like there's like really big fare. I mean, Mank was a big title, I guess, going into the week. So was Euphoria, Shameless return all as well. But I just kind of thought it'd be, a down. Selena, I thought would do better than it did. It only got 78.55. The critics were not feeling it at all. 39 from Rotten Tomatoes, 48 from Metacritic. So, yeah, but so that kind of hampered its score. But it still somehow outperformed the season average. But this week, I think we are going to dip below because it's reflected in the salary making as well. So check out the salaries real quick. Top to bottom, 14,000. This might be our cheapest price salary slate ever. I don't think we've ever had anything below 15,000 as the top salary. So adult material, only because it's already come out overseas, I think. Yeah, a woman's life working in the adult film industry, and I think it's like a period piece too. So I'm gonna check it out. And in Brit fashion, 4 episodes only, hit and quit it, very Brit efficient. So I wonder if they'll dump it all at once on HBO Max, but it's HBO Max property. So I'm looking forward to that. What else might perform here? So this is going to be a week where salary-wise, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with the rules, basically have a $100,000 salary cap, like daily fantasy sports. You must have at least one headliner, one co-star, one day player. Headliners get a 40% bonus on points. Co-stars get a 20% bonus. Day players just get straight points. And so the object is to get as many headliners. Obviously, you can only get up to 8. Get as many headliners as you can onto your call sheet of 10 actors. You must have at least one actor from 2 different properties. And then, get the most points. So get the most bang for your buck, just like daily fantasy. And so this is going to be a week where you pretty much get what you want. I mean, if you want to get headliners from safety, this is Disney Plus doing the old heartwarming, heartwarming athlete story. If you want to get, the surgeon's cut, which looks like it's going to be an interesting little reality show series on surgeons, I think, in a New York hospital on Netflix. You can get that. I mean, you pretty much get whatever you want this week. It's just figuring out, and usually I don't do my call sheets until Thursday afternoon because that's when you've got the most available possible data at your disposal. I just think coming Thursday, I just don't know where I'm going to go. I mean, Tiny Pretty Things, if some reviews come in on this one's a bit of a risk because this one debuts Monday, which means technically, and our game runs Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's when call sheets are due through Monday noon Pacific time. So a Monday debuting show in a streaming service usually means it's available midnight Pacific time, Sunday night. So you only have about a 12-hour window for audiences of which our game is skewed towards. You know, we weight 60% bonus points towards the audience score in making up the score. So you can have a movie that's badly reviewed like Selena was, you know, but then get bailed out by audiences, you know, with the 60% weighting score. So yeah, so I don't know. This is gonna be a week where you can get anything you want. You try to look for value, just like with Daily Fantasy. You know what can get most bang for your buck. I think Wild Mountain Time might actually be our hidden value right here. 8,400 for Emily Blunt. So not even 10% of your call sheet for a headliner. Get that 40% bonus on your call sheet. Yeah. Go ahead. What's up?
There's a Bobbleheads the movie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who's in the Bobbleheads? Yeah, voicing yourself. I guess Jennifer Coolidge. I think she might either be herself or might actually have a role. Animated, you know, fun for everyone. Yeah, there goes Cher.
Oh my god. Who thought this was a good idea?
Hey, there is merch to be sold. And fun to be had. Our girl from The Boys, Karen Fukuhara, the mute. Right. Good to see her getting some more. Oh, and Brenda's song. I mean, I have an irrational love of Brenda's song. I don't know why. I mean, I know she looks good. It's mostly that she looks good. But also,
what show was she on?
She was on. She came up through the whole like Disney, you know, Mouseketeer type thing. But she was on.
Disney. You're right.
Wasn't she like one of the friends? Or like I want to say she's like a friend on You, but no, I don't think she was on the show You. She was they gave her own Netflix show that was terrible. It was like one where her fiance or someone is stalking her and
she was in Social Network, right?
Yes, that's what it was. That's what put me on to Brenda's song with Social Network. She was Christy, the fake girlfriend of Eduardo Saverin, who, you know, went a little bit jealous nuts and burned his gift in like a trash bags. Like, Christy, I'm breaking up with you. I love. He's low key. He's totally underrated in that movie. He should have got nominated for something. He was excellent in that movie. He was great. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg did a great, you know, portrayal of that sociopath Zuckerberg. But man, Garfield really held that movie together. Upon multiple watches, I love him in that. I really do. All right, so that's what you want to take a look at. Maybe Bobbleheads. I mean, 9,000. I mean, there's pretty much gonna be value to be had all over this slate. So pretty much get what you want within reason. And if you're going for the low ball, and this is a wrinkle in our contest. So simultaneously with your 3 available call sheets at your disposal, you can choose to do a call sheet going for the high. You know, the $50 first place prize, $25 for second, $10 for third. Or you can go for the $15 low ball bonus with the low ball, where you're trying to get purposely the lowest scoring call sheet. But you must spend at least $75,000 in a budget. You must have at least one actor from 3 different titles, so you can't just load up all on one property. And you must also still have a headliner, a co-star, and a day player, just like a regular call sheet. So just to give you an example, last week's low ball call sheet winner, you know, G24, the homie, he won it running away too. Look at this sucker. He won it by like 60 points almost. He, you know, 76,000 in budget, so he meet the $75,000 minimum, and he went with Henry YYZ, our boy Henry Gomes, rhymes with Holmes from Blansky Slack. He's won some money in the game.
Shout out to Henry, played in the game.
Yeah, our didn't he win? Yeah, our HQ trivia winner of residence in Slack. Yeah, so G24 went with. Yeah, go ahead.
No, my girlfriend also won HQ once too.
Whoa, for real!
Shout out to Alex.
How much did she win?
I think she won something like $5.
Hey, you know what? Going against thousands of people, kudos to her.
Oh no, shout out to her. Shout out to anybody that wins HQ. That shit is hard.
Yeah, so I heard. I never quite got into it, but I used it as an example when I was, you know, talking to investors and stuff for DraftStream, for Cinema Draft and stuff, that, you know, free to play games can actually take off. Yeah, so What Lies Below did pretty poorly. Selena the series. This looks like a salary grab, honestly. And then Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters. How bad was this movie? This shit, it got a 10 a 5 from Rotten Tomatoes. 5%. So 95% of the people hated that movie. That movie. 10% on Metacritic. That's pretty bad. So yes, that was the crux of his lowball call sheet. So in looking for similar lows, I'm thinking, and you can kind of tell too when you sort it by salary, because I do try to make the cheaper ones the worst ones. I think you're gonna have some play with sexual animals. Songbird. Now this could go either way. Songbird, but this is the Michael Bay film shot during pandemic. The whole COVID-23. I'm not sure you saw that trailer, but people were like, "Not ready, too soon."
Mm-hmm.
So it either might get a too soon backlash, or it could be your source of hidden value. It might be a coin flip. So I'm gonna see what the score is looking like coming into Thursday afternoon before I decide. So if it's Breaking Bad, you might want to load up on Songbird for your low ball. Funny Boy seems dead on arrival. I think it already has an IMDb score. Yeah, well, 5.9. That's actually not bad. So I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. So yeah, so that's and then the very excellent Mr. Dundee. That is definitely DOA. It has min salary pricing. Paul Hogan, 5,500 is the cheapest. I pretty much go with a headliner, and yeah, it's min price for a reason. So you're gonna want to get a lot of that. You're gonna have to go up in salary somewhere. So I'm thinking maybe nurses. No, that's not even that high up. Yeah, so when you're doing a low ball call sheet, you want to stock it up with as many day players, because that gets no bonus as possible. So, anyways, if you are so inclined to play the game, everybody, you have until 6 p.m. Pacific time to get your call sheets in to cinemadraft@gmail.com. That's right, $100 prize pool once again this week. $15 bonus to the lowest scoring call sheet with those parameters. All right, Hasib, we are bringing this sucker in for a landing. Clap it up for you. Thanks for hanging out on the Cinema Draft Pod with your boy.
Thank you. No, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, great villains, great cul-de-sacs. Appreciate it. So This is usually when I ask my guests on their way out to go ahead and plug their ish. So Hasib, if there's any ish to plug, go ahead and plug your ish.
I don't need to plug anything. I do want to give some shout outs. The Bayest of Bay, my girl Alex. Hi. Also the Slack group, especially the movie drafters. Henry, Pam, Omid, Mike.
They help prep you for the pod a little bit, huh? Got inspiration from the pod, which I appreciate. Yeah. I'm not in the movies channel as much as I'm in the television channel for some reason, but I mean I like that channel too. In our Slack group, you know me, I'm all up in the politics too. I'm the sports ball and the fantasy sports. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I'm all up in the movie channel and the sports ball channel, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'll be late. You'll catch me like responding to some stuff 3 days ago, but I try to catch up with movie Slack. I try to catch up.
Yeah.
All right, well, good shit. Appreciate you on the pod. Thanks everybody for listening and watching at home. Everyone for playing the game, supporting the game. I know I say it just about every week now, but I feel we are so close. We're so close to getting the web app up and running again. So thank you for your patience, for copying and pasting with the alpha draft, alpha test game. It's been great getting all the kinks out of the game and learning the game mechanics. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everyone for playing. And we will be back next week with another top 5 and another great guest with the Cinema Draft podcast. We will see you next week, everyone. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Holla at your boy.